Welcome back, coincidence theorists. It's your favorite conspiracy theorist here, Luxy91. We're about to go over the coincidence of Chelsea winning the Champions League in the 66th tournament all time. I'm a little late on this video because I was in a hotel room in Harrisburg for the last couple of days, the second most Jesuit city in Pennsylvania behind Scranton. And our hotel room had the worst Wi-Fi you could ever imagine. So we're going to jump into this video. And if you're new here, there's always a new person. We talk about the language of gematria. Gematria comes from Kabbalah, which has the belief that God created the world with letters, numbers, and words. And we talk about four base ciphers: the alphabetic order, the reverse alphabetic order, and the alphabetic order and the reverse with the rules of numerology, meaning you break every letter down to a single digit. So any word, phrase, or letter will have a numerical value attached to it. And understand that the Jesuits, who are the ones who control the world of rig sports, including the Champions League, they operate by this code every single day. Whether you think it's dumb or not, well, that's not relevant. So, and you can also keep in mind that there were a bunch of coincidence theorists, such as myself, that won a lot of money on this game because, of course, Chelsea was a monster payout, paying over 3-1. And we were talking about why they were going to win this tournament on Patreon back in Thanksgiving. And you can sign up to the Patreon. It'll be the pinned post in the comment section if you want to. If you want to be a part of this conspiracy theory. So we're going to go ahead and move on to this. As I always talk about, they always find the perfect sponsors, the perfect stadium, and the perfect location for these events. They moved the Champions League final out of Turkey, and they moved it to Porto, Portugal. And I want you to see how the name of this stadium, we're going to get to this, Estadio do Dragão, which I know I butchered that. But notice how England sums to 30, Porto sums to 30, and you had Manchester City versus Chelsea, two teams from England playing in the final, moved from Turkey to Porto, Portugal. How perfect. So, Porto, Portugal, in the most pure cipher, the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology, sums to 68, like championship, like Champions League. The championship of the Champions League played in Porto, Portugal. 68, 68, 68. We talk about the number 68 in championships a lot. Not quite as much as 57 and 131, but they do code the number 68. So, as we had talked about from Thanksgiving, which was the first video I put out on the Champions League on Patreon, we talked about how it's the 66th year of the Champions League, and that's a big biblical number. New Testament sums to 66. Number of the beast sums to 66. Corona sums to 66. Mankind is 66. Here is wisdom is 66. And remember, there's 66 books in the Bible, and man was created on the sixth day. Revelation 13:18, that we're all familiar with. 13, the sixth prime number, 18, the sum of 6 plus 6 plus 6. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. 60 means 6. Look at number of the beast. Excuse me. Number of the beast, 174 and 66. Chelsea Football Club, 174, 66. How perfect. And this was what we said back in Thanksgiving, why Chelsea was likely the team that was going to win it. And as the season went on and the rituals took place, we became more and more certain. We said it's absolutely in the bag for Chelsea this year, no doubt about it. And look at the name of the stadium, 66. Didn't I just tell you they always get the most perfect location? So check this out. If you use the accent in gematria will make a letter a null value. And look at how it sums to 64 and 215, just like Manchester City. And lo and behold, Manchester City and Chelsea are in the Champions League final. Now, May 29th, the date of the final, was the 149th day of the year, the day leaving 216 days left in the year. And look at Champions League. Champions League is 149, and the Champions League final on the 149th day of the year. Couldn't get it any more perfect. Now, UEFA, the governing body of this tournament, look at their full name, Union of European Football Associations, sums to 529 when you run the alphabetic order backwards, like how the Champions League final was on the date that can be written 5/29. See how this goes? Very simple code. So, the day leaving 216 days left in the year is very important because 216 is the sum of 6 times 6 times 6. Okay? And notice Premier League sums to 216. Both Chelsea and Manchester City play in the Premier League. Now, Thomas Tuchel, I want to show you how perfectly scripted this is and why he became the manager of Chelsea on January 26th. Look at this. So January 26th is obviously the 26th day of the year. That's when he signed on to be the head coach of Chelsea. And look at this. Chelsea sums to 26, and January 26th is the day leaving 339 days left in the year, like how Chelsea Football Club, when you run the alphabetic order in reverse, is 339. So what a perfect date for Thomas Tuchel to sign on with Chelsea. And look at this. From January 26th to his upcoming August 29th birthday was exactly 216 days. You cannot make this stuff up. Now, the manager of Man City, notice how from his birthday to May 29th was exactly 131 days, like how Championships 31, and sure enough, he got Man City to the championship. Now, head-to-head all time, this screenshot was taken before the Champions League final. Chelsea had won 70 games all time versus Man City. They had lost 59, and they had drew 39 times. Or should I say drawn? But look at this. The name of the stadium, 71. And I said, look at that. Chelsea, the most perfect stadium with the 66-64 connection, also has a 71 connection. And they can get their 71st win over Man City in this stadium. I was like, lock it up. That's happening. Team with the 66 connection wins the 66 Champions League. And notice this as well. The name of the stadium, when you run the alphabetic order, is 136, just like Chelsea. So the name of the stadium had a connection to Man City and Chelsea. Perfect location, perfect stadium, perfect ritual. So they said that for this game, they said each team will be allowed to bring 6,000 fans. So 6,000 for Man City, 6,000 for Chelsea. That's 12,000 total people. Notice Chelsea sums to 37, which is the 12th prime number. Wouldn't you know it? So Chelsea beat Man City 2-1 on May 8th. This was a game on Patreon. We said more than likely Chelsea's going to win because they picked up their 64th Premier League points in this game. And again, Manchester City, 64 in the most pure cipher. Chances were that was going to happen, but the game played on 5/8. Remember, European Champions Club Cup. That's the name of the trophy Chelsea just won, sums to 271. 271 is the 58th prime number, like how this game was played on a date that can be written 5/8. Chelsea won this game. They also just won the Champions League. So, Man City and Chelsea, their history in this tournament, this is the real kicker here. Chelsea had won 91 matches. They had drew 51 times. Man City had drawn 17 times. Chelsea had lost 38. Man City had lost 25. And we said, there is just your further proof that this is in the bag for Chelsea. These screenshots are from the Champions League's official website. Notice Manchester City sums to 163, the 38th prime. And we said right there, well, Chelsea's not losing their 39th game. No. They're staying on 38. Manchester City 163, 38th prime. And Man City can lose their 26th all-time Champions League game. And we said Chelsea sums to 26. And look at this. Because Chelsea had won 91 games prior to the Champions League final and they had drawn 51 times, look at this. You get 3 points for a win in the Champions League. You get 1 for a draw. So look at this. 91 times 3 equals 273, plus their 51 draws is 324, right? Look at how, with a win, we said they can get their 327th points in the tournament. Remember, it's the 66th tournament. Here is wisdom, number of the beast, Chelsea Football Club. They're all 66. 66th tournament, and the number of the beast is 666. And in Revelation 13:18, it's 603, which sums to 327 when you run the alphabetic order in reverse. And we said, look at that. They're going to win, and they're going to get their 327th all-time points in the Champions League, in the 66th Champions League final. How perfect is that? See, this is how you know it's scripted. And if you're a coincidence theorist, you need to follow me on Twitter at 91_Luxy, because my banner, my background is coincidence theorist, because I prefer the mathematically impossible. You need to make sure you change your profile picture to that if you are one. So notice 603 is also 123 in the most pure cipher, the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology, the one that Manly P. Hall talks about in his book called The Secret Teachings of All Ages. He says this dark blue cipher, known as Pythagorean gematria, is really the most relevant. They're all relevant. They're all interrelated based in the alphabetic order, but this dark blue one's the most important. It's 123. And from January 26th, what I like to call Chelsea Day, as we just talked about, to the Champions League final was 123 days, or 17 weeks and 4 days. Chelsea Football Club 174, number of the beast 174. Undeniable. So Kai Havertz, or Harveths, however you say this, he scored in the 42nd minute. It was the only goal of the game. Look at his name. 149, Champions League 149, and the game was on the 149th day of the year, and Mr. 149 scores the only goal. How perfect is that? And he scored in the 42nd minute. Freemason, Jesuit, they're 42. And he wears the number 29, London 29, football 29. Absolutely undeniable. You don't want to be a coincidence theorist or a shit-talking hater, because we just did it again, baby. Called another sports championship months before it happened. We were talking about Chelsea and goddamn Thanksgiving. Till next time, everybody.